There's two stories. I want to tell one. There's one girl that I work with who she's dating a guy, and she was going on, basically she met the guy, and then this is their first date. So she's like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And she goes, "Well, why don't we go to the movies?" He goes, "All right, I'll get a newspaper." Now, as soon as he said he was going to get a newspaper to check the movie times, she says to me, she goes, "Should I go on this date?" She's literally asking if this is a date she should still go on because this guy looked in the newspaper. And I'm actually thinking maybe not.
Well, it makes them sound really old and not very hip or cool or have any clue what's happening.
I mean, that is pretty bad. Now Gramps might do that.
But he's Gramps, 70.
Yeah, Gramps actually was asking me the other day to bookmark. I found something for him on YouTube. It was a song. And he goes, "Hey, can you bookmark this for me?" I go, "Dad, it's YouTube. You can just go to YouTube and put it in the search engine." He's like, I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. So I had to bookmark. I probably had to put it on his desktop, this song, and he can listen indefinitely. But yeah.
You could have emailed him the link or something.
So anyway, she goes out with this guy. And by the way, not only does she go out with him, it goes well. And I think we all know what that means. Now, this is now maybe the second time they've even been out.
So wait a minute. She goes out with this guy. She's hesitating because he looks up movie times in the newspaper.
Right.
She almost doesn't go on the date. Then she goes on the date, and she does the thing.
Well, she goes on that date. She goes on that date. She doesn't do the thing every guy wants. But then they go out the next night, and then this is the morning after she's now leaving. Okay? So she's leaving the next morning. The guy, as she's leaving, the guy's in the bathroom. He's pooping, all right? And this is only the second or third time they've even ever seen each other. And he's talking to her through the door. Now she's back. She's like, "Hey, this guy looked up a movie in the newspaper, and now the third time after I've been with him, he's crapping in front of me, and he's not censoring himself in any way in any of the senses. None of the senses are being censored." Does that make any sense?
Well, I don't think at that point, why should he? I mean, she put out that quickly. I think everything is sped up at this point. Like, I don't want to, shit in front of some girl, 2 days after meeting her. But if you're already hooking up with her.
No, literally, it's going to be months.
Months?
Yes. I'm not doing that. I guess it depends on what honestly, and this is part of it. I guess it's what you think of the relationship. Because, look, relationships are there's maintenance required. You have to work hard. If you're starting to take a crap in front of them, 3 days in.
Well, it's his house, right?
I'm not saying that he doesn't have a right to do it. What I'm saying is she has a right to say, "Well, this isn't what I want." And by the way, everybody
she has a right to not put out after knowing him.
I understand that.
9 hours. Yeah.
Everybody craps, right? Everybody does this. But everybody does a lot of things that we don't make public. And so this is more not about that he doesn't just do what everybody wants to do, but what does the future hold? If this guy's 3 days in and he's already having to have a conversation with you, why he's going number two? That doesn't, she said to me, she goes, "What should I do?" And I go, "Well, I can't tell you what to think. I can tell you how to feel about this. I do know this. I'm not doing that."
My issue isn't with him taking a dump. It's talking to her through the door while he's doing this.
Sure, because
that's a little too much.
If I'm talking while I'm doing it, my voice is going to rise and fall.
Yeah.
And that's a very unattractive quality, I think.
Now, do you do this thing where you say you take a shower, but you turn the water on and then you do your business and then you jump in the shower?
If there was an emergency, there's a lot of things that I would do. I would.
That's what girls do also.
Sure. I'd do whatever was necessary to make sure that I minimize the smell. That's courtesy flushes. That's deodorant and aerosol, whatever is available. And then also to muffle the sound, be that whatever it sometimes the flush can muffle the sound. Sometimes right? You can turn the shower on, the sound is muffled. There's a lot of things that you can do.
But Joe, pretty much everyone knows when someone is in the bathroom for more than a few minutes, you don't want to go in there after them. You know what's happening in there.
Well, that I understand that, but it's not really about. Well, I obviously 3 days in, I'm really, if I like somebody, I'm gonna work hard to have them not smell my species.
Well, it's their fault if they smell it. If they walk in right after you've been in the bathroom for 10 minutes, what do they think they're going to smell?
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I understand. Like,
you're supposed to shit your pants.
Well, I understand
that's worse. You realize
this guy thinks his shit don't stink. I mean, I get that, but I don't. Like, that's an offensive smell, and I don't want somebody that I'm still trying to make like me. I don't want them to smell that.
Robbie, where do you weigh in on this? You've been with a lot of women, a lot of situations.
A little mystery, please. I'd like a little mystery, please, and I will do the same for her.
What do you mean mystery? What does that mean?
I just don't.
You are so weird.
I want to pretend. I want to pretend that she doesn't do that.
Well, that's not a mystery, Robbie. A mystery is when you're trying to figure something out. You've
heard the expression
like,
before,
I
Joe.
don't
treat me like
exists.
I'm stupid. You've heard the expression, a little mystery.
Oh my God.
Not in terms of
Robbie is so mad. I never have. Hey, leave a little something to the imagination. I want to imagine that you don't shit. I mean, I don't really see how that's applicable here. But whatever. I mean, you got mad, so I can't really elaborate. We're all afraid of Robbie.